Violence on children does so much more than harm individual children. Its consequences have a long-term and intergenerational impact on the society as a whole. Every country has a duty to protect children from all forms of violence. In partnership with UNICEF, the EU is supporting the government of Montenegro in preventing and protecting children from all forms of violence and exploitation. This is an obligation that also derives from international and European human rights legal documents, particularly the UN Convention for the Rights of the Child and the Charter of Fundamental Rights of the European Union. However, the challenges ahead are immense. Despite an increase in reported cases, violence happens largely in the shadows. Only a very small share of cases, particularly those involving sexual violence, are being reported. And only a fraction of the victims comes forward. Only 31% of Montenegrin women report having experienced some form of physical violence by an adult before the age of 15. Therefore, it is our obligation to protect those who do speak out. More efforts are needed to provide child-friendly justice, particularly for vulnerable groups of children, such as poor children, children with disabilities, children from minority groups, and children living without parental care. The establishment of children's houses, like the Barnhouse model, as a multidisciplinary emergency response focusing on the prevention of secondary victimization in criminal proceedings, is a step in the right direction. Montenegro does not provide enough specialized services for women and children who suffered violence. The current landscape is mostly dominated by shelter-type organizations and hotlines. And while these play a critical role, their services primarily contribute to emergency response, while continuous care for children remains largely unaddressed. Therefore, a comprehensive social and child protection reform should also include effective prevention, early intervention, and family support. It should provide children without parents or those at risk of losing parental care the necessary conditions to prevent family separation. The shift to quality community and family-based care and support from the transition from care to independent living needs to also be ensured. The EU supports Montenegro's ambitious reform aiming at enhanced and better developed social and child protection services, sustainable, funded, and available throughout the country, and which includes protection and care for the victims of violence. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, raising awareness, supporting victims, bringing perpetrators to justice is what is needed to keep children safe in the long run. I am sure that you will have a lot to discuss on those matters here today on how to achieve these goals, and I wish you a fruitful conference.